What should people look for when they're sourcing conduit tube? What are the really important things they need to know about?
Okay, well, the first thing we need to assess is that the conduit tube meets the British standard. Now, on Metpro tube, the British standard for reference is BSEN 61386-1 plus A1 2019. I won't repeat that again.
Okay.
But basically, the product needs to be stamped to that. If it's not stamped to that, stay away. But as far as Metpro's product goes, that standard brings in numerous tests in regards to strength, corrosion resistance, fire resistance, all those kind of things within that standard. And the Metpro product is tested towards that. So, for instance, on this particular product here, you can see that we stamp our product with our brand name, and that is part of the standard requirement, that there is an identifiable brand on it. We also put the full British standard number, and then you'll see 4 digits beyond that. And like I mentioned, there's 13 different categories within the standard. These 4 numbers here denote the first 4 and the level of achievement that our product achieved within those first 4 categories. Right. So one of them is compression and so on. So and these 4 numbers are 5557, and that is the highest level in each of those 4 categories that you can achieve within the standard. So we're pretty confident in our own product.
Okay.
But then if you follow that on, you've got a clear indication of what the product is. So in this instance, this is class 4, which is the highest corrosion resistance, hot dip galvanized, people would call it. And that's marked on there. And then we've got a tracing number as well. Okay. So for every batch we produce, we can take it right back to core production. And that's very important from a traceability point of view as well. And then we put on the end there the size of the tube, but most people who handle this kind of product would know straight away what that is. But so that's the real key feature for us, that the product meets the standard, and the product should show it to prove it.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of things that you've said there that I wanted to pick up on. So the first thing is, you said if tube that's been sourced hasn't got this marking, or effectively exactly the same information with probably a different brand, you said stay away. Why?
Because you've got no traceability, you've got no clear indication of what it is produced to then. Because for it to, as part of the standard, the product needs to be stamped, showing the standard. That is a clear category within the standard.
And those components of the marking have to be on there to
they do
conform.
So even for instance, these 4 digits here that I talked about, the 5557, that's an inclusion that came in the last 18 months, 2 years, on an appendix has been added to the standard. And what that really does, it just gives a clear indication of, okay, the product's passed the tests, but to what level? Mm-hmm. And these 4 digits can tell you what category level you passed at. So that's the inclusion of that. Again, is part of the standard now, so you should be looking for that on your lengths of channel.
And that's what
Conduit, sorry.